perhaps slightly less to row now. Barnesbridge comfortably in sight. After it, one more bend, offering advantage to Oxford, who have a substantial advantage already as they pass the bandstand. Past Duke's Meadow, in pursuit of Barnesbridge, and beyond that the finish. And the result, in all honesty now, is surely beyond dispute. And it is just pride now, and justified pride, Wayne, which is keeping Cambridge moving.
Well, they did a fantastic job. I mean, they were considered big underdogs here, and if they'd won this race, it would have been probably the biggest upset in 20 years. As it was, I was feeling pretty good about their chances at Hammersmith, and they really did throw everything in when they needed to. But I think here in the second half of the race, we've seen a big difference.
Past the beautiful weeping willow trees, but they're not enjoying the scenery, those guys. It's a happier view for the Oxford oarsmen, who can see Cambridge trailing in their wake. Are there any remaining pitfalls, Tim, for Oxford?
I mean, okay, we could look at the water conditions around the corner. We don't know what's going to greet the crew once they turn around this final bend. This Barnesbridge corner is a very tight one, and if both crews were level, it's a real test of the Coxes. But at the moment, you have to say it's Oxford who have upped their game in the second half. It's Cambridge that are struggling now because they put in so much effort to kind of stay on and hang on in the first half, that it's them that's starting to struggle.
It's interesting here, both Coxes had really hugged the shore to get the good water, but according to boat race rules, they need to go through the centre arch of Barnesbridge, so they had to pull back out into middle of the river.
Well, to shoot Barnesbridge on boat race day is to clear the last at the National. It is the final hurdle. It's not quite the end of the challenge. There's still quite a run in. The final Middlesex bend is akin to the Aintree elbow. And in boat race history, there aren't too many Devonlocks. Only 6 times in history. Only once since the war has the Barnesbridge leader failed to win. Oxford came from behind this late in 2002. Cambridge haven't done it since 1921. And they're not about to do it now. The 4-mile mark is roughly in line with the Mortlake Brewery, which you can see there dominating the skyline on the Surrey side. And besides which, the Ship Pub offers a terrace from which to holler at the closing stages. We are heading now towards the last minute of the race. And Cambridge's bolt is shot. And it is going to be an Oxford year.
I spoke to Wayne yesterday about the feelings you get coming around this last bend. Unfortunately, the only feeling I have from the boat race is being in second position. And this is a horrible time. You're digging deep, you're really trying, you haven't given up hope. But yeah, really, you know the race is lost. It's a horrible, long way from Barnesbridge to the finish when you're not in front.
And likewise, being in front, you get to, if you're in front, it's quite nice. You get to enjoy the 6 months of hard work and see the other crew in your wake. It's not as interesting for the viewers maybe, but it's exactly what the oarsmen want.
Well, 21st century Oxford are never down for long. Beaten last year, but not bowed. Reformed, re-energised, re-stoked with the near-tangible self-belief, which is the hallmark of the modern dark blue crew. They are, in their own minds, rendering that one defeat no more than an historical blip. This will be 3 wins out of 4, 5 wins in 7. The first decade of the new millennium is demonstrably theirs. Cambridge had hoped that 2007 would be a turning point, but once more, unresting though their preparation was, back-to-back victories have eluded them. Predominantly English and rightly proud of their approach, but disrupted in the days leading up to it. There has been a steeliness, though, about Oxford this year. A togetherness and all-for-one, one-for-all desire, as they see it, to right some wrongs in a political, sometimes rather fractious season for the event. The Dark Blues are getting their way.
Yeah, you can see there why they were favourites. There's a lot of power coming down, good coordination, very smooth running of the boat. They're putting on a good display now. Meanwhile, with Cambridge in the back, you can see that the big efforts they put in early in the race are starting to tell.
And an indication of the conditions through which they've had to battle. The time, bottom left of your screen, it's gone way past 20 minutes already. It's a long haul when you think that this course has been covered in a little over 16 minutes, 4 minutes plus past the record time.
Yes, I mean, think now, you feel good in front, but yeah, you've been working so hard for 20 minutes. It still have the physical effort, but the difference between crossing the line first and crossing the line second is huge.
Man for man heavier, man for man on average older, man for man on the day quicker, and on the only day when it really matters, history will record that 2008 was Oxford's year, the year when the dark blues bit back. Relentlessly stubborn, imperturbably self-assured, moulded veteran and callow youth together into a unit which delivered on its one and only remit, to win. And what an uplifting achievement that is for the individuals who have comprised that winning team. For Nick Brodie, as Cambridge follow him home, nobly though they have tried. Nick Brodie scarred by exclusion in 2006, by defeat in 2007, but healed by victory as president in 2008.